Red strobes pulsed on the nav display like a heartbeat no one wanted, a distress beacon that made every other ship bolt. Oliver Reeves watched 3 alien vessels needle into faster than light within seconds. His radio hissed, "Human vessel, station command!" "That sector is under full quarantine," Class 9 Predator confirmed. 17 researchers dead. Turn back immediately. Oliver scratched his beard, studying the coordinates. The research station hung, lights stuttering across debris. Class 9, huh? What makes it different? Speed, mass, teeth, the voice said, shaking. It killed 17 trained scientists in under 4 minutes. "We have footage. Military is en route to scuttle the station. How long?" 6 hours. "Please, this is different." "It's a nightmare given flesh." Oliver cut the channel and burned for the station. He had landed in acid rain because a settlement needed medicine. A scared animal didn't worry him much. Docking was smooth, despite the scars. He sealed his suit and stepped into the corridor. Blood striped the walls. Equipment lay smashed. Near the lab entrance, he found the first body, opened with surgical neatness. His scanner read no life here. He pressed on, following wreckage like footprints. The research wing was a war memorial. Containment cells hung open, doors ripped from hinges. In security, he pulled the feeds. The creature on screen stalled his breath, massive, scaled, bony plates along its spine, a mouth ringed with ranks of teeth, 6 eyes with a cold light, 4 legs ending in claws that bit metal. And yet something was wrong. It wasn't hunting. It was cornered. Researchers jabbed it with shock prods. Fields pinned it while they took samples. The roars weren't rage. They were pain. When it broke free, the killing was fast. Escape, not appetite. Oliver noted one more detail. It struck only those who moved toward the sound. 2 who cowered in a corner were ignored. A low vibration rolled through the deck. He followed it to the cargo bay. The blast door was bent outward, clinging by one hinge. Inside, the creature hunched in shadow. Burns stippled its scales. One foreleg bled. Oliver stepped in, hands open. 6 eyes found him. A growl rose like thunder. "Easy," he said, barely louder than breath. "I'm not here to hurt you." The growl deepened. Claws rasped steel. Intelligence lived in that gaze. An injured, thinking being. He eased a strip of dried protein from his pack, tossed it halfway, and backed off. Minutes stretched. The creature crept, low, snatched the meat, retreated, not blinking away. "There you go," he murmured. "No one's going to hurt you anymore." His scanner chirped. Life signs confirmed, and wrong. Juvenile. Despite filling half the bay, it was a child. It finished eating, then made a new sound. Bright and bird-like. Curious. Oliver sat on the deck to shrink himself. "They did a number on you," he said softly. "I've got med supplies. Will you let me help?" The big head tilted. He knew that look from wolves his family had rehabbed, from bears brutalized in illegal pits, from big cats others decided were better off dead. Fear makes people cruel. Understanding keeps them human. One step, another. He held still. The killer that ended 17 lives stopped 3 feet away. It lowered its head, teeth close enough to have him, then simply sniffed. Heat washed his face. Slowly, he raised a hand to its snout. Warm scales between bony plates. 6 eyes slid closed for a heartbeat. "I'm going to call you Fluffy," he whispered. Feather tufts between those plates. "See? Not so scary," Fluffy chirped again and didn't move away. Truly safe. 3 hours later, the juvenile lay on its side while Oliver cleaned and wrapped the worst burns. Every time antiseptic touched a wound, the creature flinched but did not pull away. "They hit you with maximum voltage," he muttered, working around a scorched patch along the ribs. Probably thought pain meant obedience. The answer was a low sound between growl and whimper. He had heard that same wounded music in battered dogs. His comm buzzed again. The identifier flashed. Commander Brill. He had ignored the first 2 calls. He answered on the 3rd. "Human Reeves, evacuate immediately. Our fleet arrives in 2 hours. Orders are to destroy the creature and anyone protecting it." "Tell them to turn around," Oliver said, finishing the bandage. "It's not dangerous," silence stretched. "Not dangerous?" It killed 17 researchers in minutes. The footage shows a perfect killing machine. "The footage shows self-defense," he said evenly. Your people tortured it. That does not matter. The species is classified as Ravager, declared too dangerous to exist 3 centuries ago. We believed them extinct. If they were that dangerous, why did someone keep eggs hidden for 300 years? He asked. The pause told him the question struck home. Some believed Ravagers could be weaponized, Brill admitted. They were wrong. Now we correct the mistake. By killing an injured child, he stood. Your own files read juvenile. You're planning to murder a baby because you fear what it might become. It has already endured electricity, knives, and a cage too small to turn around. What would you do in its place? The juvenile, Fluffy now, rose and pressed against his hip, 6 eyes bright. Protection, loyalty, trust. Brill's voice thinned. That creature is touching you. Yes, and you are not dead. Obviously not. This does not align with records. Ravagers are mindless killers. Then the records are wrong. Oliver scratched between bony plates. Fluffy leaned into the touch with a sound almost like a purr. Alarms ripped through the station. Oliver checked his scanner and swore. A second life sign had appeared on the lower deck. Massive, moving fast. Brill, pull your boarding team now. What? Why? There's another Ravager, and this one isn't friendly. Screams erupted through the comm, stitched with weapons fire and a roar like metal tearing. Fluffy snapped alert, all eyes on the door. Brill's voice fractured. 3 soldiers down. It's coming up the main corridor. Oliver ran. Fluffy flowed beside him despite injuries. Brill and 4 soldiers pounded in from the opposite side, just as the second Ravager burst through a wall, fully grown, twice Fluffy's size, scarred, foam spraying. Rage had broken its mind. The soldiers fired. Shots barely slowed it. Oliver shoved Brill clear as claws shredded the air where she'd been. Fluffy hurled in, colliding with a thundercrack. They rolled, biting, clawing. Small and hurt, Fluffy fought with strategy. The adult had only fury. Get your people out! Oliver shouted, dragging Brill up. I'm not leaving Fluffy, he added when she balked. The fight carved the corridor. Fluffy pinned the larger Ravager, lost the hold, bled, then did something impossible. Instead of killing, Fluffy backed away, placing its body between the monster and the soldiers. It was guarding them. The adult lunged. Fluffy met the charge and herded it step by step toward a breached section, choosing angles that forced momentum outward. With a final roar, Fluffy drove the adult through a ragged hole, and the maddened creature tumbled into space. Fluffy limped back, heaving. Oliver checked wounds quickly. You'll be okay, big guy. Brill stared, weapon low. It protected us, why? Fluffy chirped and pressed close to Oliver. Days later, Oliver's freighter hummed along an unregistered path. In the cargo bay, Fluffy slept curled in a nest of blankets, healing faster than seemed reasonable. Brill had watched in silence as Oliver loaded a modified container and lifted off. When her commander demanded a report, she claimed the Ravager had escaped through the rupture. Now Oliver was wanted. News feeds screamed, human steals predator, galactic safety at risk. He ignored the noise. The creature brought him broken tools like gifts and learned to play gently after smashing a favorite kit. An encrypted ping arrived. Brill. Disappear. Warrant issued. They want it destroyed and you in chains. And there's more. In old military archives, Ravagers were victims, Oliver read. 300 years ago, Powers found Ravagers on a remote world, saw strength and intelligence, chose to forge weapons. But Ravagers were pack-minded with complex bonds. Enslavement sparked war. After 20 years, the galaxy declared them too dangerous and hunted them to extinction. Some eggs survived. The station found the clutch and tried again. Trauma made children into threats. They learned nothing. He said, sick. We need a safe place, he told Fluffy, scratching warm scales. He picked a quiet system and set course. 4 days of drills, sit, stay, gentle, proved how fast Fluffy learned intent, not just words. The proximity alarm screamed. 3 ships closed, bounty hunters. Oliver threw power to shields and dove. The first salvo chewed aft plating. His hauler was not a fighter. Reinforced bay now, he ordered. Fluffy obeyed, squeezing into armored bay. A 4th ship knifed in and opened fire, Centuran military. Brill's voice cut through the static. Reeves, you're terrible at hiding. I'm a cargo hauler, not a spy, I noticed. Follow me. Together they drove off the hunters, then threaded a maze of jumps to a neutral station. Brill met him at the lock, weapon ready. I'm risking my career. My report says scouting. If they catch me, I'm finished. Why help? Because I saw it protect my soldiers. And because I read the archives. We exterminated a species for refusing chains. Fluffy emerged, sniffed Brill, and chirped, bumping her hand. It remembers me, she whispered. Oliver had no plan. Brill unfolded a star map. Remote planet. Barely charted. Recent survey logged large predators that avoided contact. Descriptions match. Hope surged. There are more? Maybe. The team fled. But if there's a population, your juvenile deserves a pack. She smiled without warmth. Let me handle the council. You just fly.